Welcome back, fellow armchair generals. This is Gamer 1745, and yes, we are about to invade Yugoslavia. But before we do, I want to thank Tim, Strongarm, Niagara, Timothy, Sir Toyjet, Gary, Garrett, Marcus, Folk, and the great Hoffmanator for support over on Patreon. But only thing I really ask, and I really thank those great guys, and some of them are in, in the live stream right now. Thank you so much for the support. But everybody else, I just really ask you, lick the like button. It's tasty. And hey, can you post a comment, whether live or it also really helps the algorithm if you just say hi or something later on. And that's really helpful. So if you do it, that's all I ask. So thank you so much, everyone. We're going to get going here with our invasion of Yugoslavia, and just found I had 6-minute stream delay. Uh-oh. That seems awful long. So, yeah. No, my stream should not be delayed that much, just generally speaking. 15, 20 seconds, I think, is about what my stream delay is. All right. Well, we have our decision here of Operation 25. Yeah, that's Yugoslavia did to Germany, butchering Yugoslavia. That's what the UK would do. So we're going to, oh, we got 16 days. Wanted to do this. This is getting too historical, too historical. Uh-oh, too historical. Yes, we have those if we want to convert over to them. We're delaying the invasion. That's, yeah. Just spam out as many fighters. Hey, Sing! I'm doing great. How are you doing? I hope you're getting better continuing, too. Okay, so. We at war with them yet? No. Where the Italians are going, but hey. Italians, you should be fighting the British down here. What can we do? What can we do? Improved gasoline engines, very nice. Wow. Swimming external fuel tanks. That's what we just did. Come over here. Researching the Pack 38 now, so we're a bit delayed. Well, I'll do. We're starting the Tiger, Arno. We're starting researching the Tiger. Oh, you're on a trip. Very good. Very good. Well, thank you for checking in. Do appreciate seeing that you're doing okay. And a trip, that means it took LSD. Nah, well, I don't think he meant it that way. How much longer? 8 days. I wanted to be conquering Yugoslavia in 8 days. Okay, so both of these are going up. Good. Now, what we should also do here is, okay, these guys can go down there. Be a bit closer. I think we will move. It'll be a little while before we go after the Soviet Union, so you come down there. No. Yeah. Down to here. Honestly, not attacking in strategic command world at war would make things massively harder for Germany. Hoi 4 Yugo could be important for Italy when it gets a bit early. Yeah, okay. Oh, good. We just got the Pack 38, which was tying up other research or delaying it or whatever. But yeah, okay. Let's do 150 millimeter guns. How are we doing on resistance? Okay, well, we're already down to 18, sort of there. A bit higher up here. I know we have a guy up here. Here. Okay, well. Yeah. Well, I was hoping by the 1st of April we would be pushing in here. Okay, we just declared war on the German Reich. Or hey, folk! Yugoslavia joins Axis once Barbarossa begins if you do not attack it. Okay, well. I guess we're going in here. Well. Mentioning. Oh, forgot about these guys. Where else we're going to attack? Yugoslavia has joined the Allies. Okay, well, now that we do have some air down here, let's put you up over there. Yeah, tactical. I don't like to do strategic bombing because I think I'm going to own the territory soon, so why blow it up? Go after the ground forces, absolutely. There we go. Give us even better. Go past there. Let's push into there. Why are you giving all the territory to freaking Hungary? I'm attacking you, not them. Okay, well. Doing it to Italy? What is Italy going to do with it? Oh yeah, now that's German territory. Now you come into it. The German garrison, well, yeah. But it looks so easy. I'm just clicking and say go forward, and that's just running over everything Yugoslavian. Okay, yeah, we moved into here. Let's push there. There. Oh, looks so easy. Ace pilot promoted. I'm not even half paying attention. I'm just saying go forward, and they're going. Oh, we got pushed back here. Okay, well. Move in proper infantry divisions. Cross the river. Oh, integrate West Prussian. Okay, so we're gonna get a lot of compliance. Changing name. Danzig changes name to Danzig. Wow, Gdynia changes the name to Danzig Corridor. That's cool. Yeah, Poznan to Posen. Right, okay. So, and that gives us some more factories here. And so now the German border is up to here. We can still get some levels of resistance. I would say that there was no resistance functionally in Danzig for sure. Danzig was such a German city. All these unnecessary dead German soldiers that could, yeah, sure. But Germans like to play war. What are you talking about? Let's convert this over to Pack 40 production. Or Pack 38, I mean. Pack 38. And because we're still fighting the freaking air war attrition thing. Let's do that. And let's look at national focuses. What short-term, quickie, national focus expansion? Yeah, that's not bad. Established Gestapo, military police. Bridges constructed, research, railway construction. training, land doctrine, industry. Prepare for a long war, 60 days. At peace, justifying effect, stability -5. Well, at least we're up to 50% now. Okay, this should be the one that gives me... Okay, well, I guess I was going to go for a quickie, but we got 60 freaking days. I'm... starting at factories retool for winter production. We will see how all of that goes. How goes our railway? Okay, pretty good. We still got a long ways to go. Building railways, but keep it up. Okay, well, you go here. You guys go here. You go there. Heavy anti-air direct support. Okay, well. I think that's what we needed for the African Corps stuff. Well, let's take a quick look. I know we're preparing for long war. Establish the African Corps. Oh, dual. Okay, desert warfare equipment and dual. Let's see. Where is desert warfare equipment? Come on, let's just get rid of the battle sounds. Garrison equipment, I see that. Mountain warfare equipment. Amphibious warfare equipment. Jungle warfare equipment. There's desert warfare equipment. Okay, 75 days. Yay! Okay, well. There we go. Now we fully maxed out this on fighters. I know we're a little down there, but oh well. How are we? And we're using up our fuel. Okay. Well, we're getting back to doing okay for fighters. Hey, Exurgent, how you doing? Yeah, it's originally Polish city. Germans were immigrants, but well, I'm talking. Well, Ragar in the 1930s. In the 1930s, the city of Danzig, the free city of Danzig, was overwhelmingly like 80% German ethnically. Gdynia was the sort of new built place that held the Polish Navy, but Danzig was very much a German city. Now you have the Danzig corridor, which wasn't 80%, probably because there was a huge amount. I've read Hitler's Empire, I believe it was in that book. That really goes into the Poland situation. And I know I've had some pushbacks. You're still stuck in Hoi 3. Well, I want to play some more Hoi 3 too. Exergen. But so back to Danzig and the Polish corridor and whatnot. Like I say, Hitler's Empire, very good book. Got some pushback on some people, but by some people, and I don't know, by polls or whatnot. I don't know how good their sources are. This was a apparently well researched book, and they looked at the situation post World War One. Lots of, we'll call them ethnic Germans, fled new Polish territories. Once Hitler comes into power, there is a real effort made. Then remember, Warsaw was part of the Russian Empire, but there were still a lot of ethnic Germans living in Warsaw prior to World War One. Oh, and during World War One, they also cover in the book how Germany, the German Empire, sets up a Polish puppet state, and that they're actually working at creating a Poland that was going to, I don't know if it was going to be, because you got to remember, with the German Empire, you still had sort of like the Kingdom of Bavaria and some other, and the state of Prussia, with its own president within the German Empire, how it was built. I don't know how, post-war this Polish state would have looked like. Would it have been a free and independent Poland, sort of like the general government here in size or something? It definitely wasn't going to be giving up prior German imperial territory to Poles, or whether it was going to be a thing sort of like the Austro-Hungarian Empire, in which Poles sort of got to some degree or another rule themselves within the German Empire. I don't know what it would have looked like, but it was definitely a lot of pro-Polish efforts, and definitely a lot of it was focused to get support for the Poles, or support of the Poles for the war against the Russians, their former occupiers, and making them seem like Germany is on their side. Absolutely a thing like that. And so again, this book talks about how they did that, and then how post-war a lot of Germans are feeling. Once the National Socialists come in power, they really push back on Germans fleeing. There is a real effort, whether it's in Warsaw, because there is a German community, like I say, in Warsaw, or whether it's in the old German imperial territories, there is a real effort to keep the Germans there, because they want to use them as an excuse to go into Poland. They do not want any more Germans fleeing Poland. But Danzig was the Free City of Danzig. Basically, all of the city government, which was locally elected, was German. They speak German. It is German. Lot of evidence. The Nazis are using Zapot, which is a small resort town or city. I don't know how you want to sort of draw that drawing line on it, but it's a sort of a coastal resort place. The Germans are often using it, and seeing some like Goering there for an official event, are using it as sort of an official go-to place. They're trying to draw in visitors from all over the Black Sea to come, various countries around here. Oh, I hadn't noticed the Soviets took the rest of Baltic states. So this is overwhelmingly German. Now the corridor, no. And so my contention is that Germany, at almost literally the snap of their fingers, could have gotten back Danzig at any time they want. Their goal is the Danzig corridor, so they want to keep all this an issue to complain about internationally, so that then they can get an excuse to go to war with Poland. Oh, I want to go back to 3 too. 3 as well. Exergen. I still want to play some bunch of that. And hello, Kurak Rena, how you doing? Can I nuke the Allies? Well, I'm not building nukes this playthrough. Yeah, sort of like the Morocco of the East, because not Morocco, but Tangiers is what you're thinking of. There was a free city of Tangiers that was occupied uh, literally on the day that by Franco on the day that Germans march into Paris to keep it off the front the headlines of the world headlines. But oh, Monaco, you're oh sorry, I read that as Morocco. Monaco. Yeah, yeah, sort of in a little bit, I guess, sense. Yes. Sorry, I didn't read that correctly. But yeah, but it was an established free city as opposed to a principality. I think the plan was to expel Poles and Czechs to the east, Ukraine or Siberia. I know this is mostly a crush Yugoslavia episode here, but I don't know what would have happened. Okay, because whether we look at Napoleon, deciding why the hell is he fucking marching his army to Moscow? Yeah, I know Napoleon, because of his experiences, believes that you march into the capital like Vienna, the Austro, the Habsburg Empire must either keep you out of that city or counterattack, or they have to come to terms with you. So yes, I understand the tactical and strategic idea that Napoleon has, that if he gets Moscow, that will force the Russians into a real battle with him, and he can crush that. And then, because he has no dream of like Russia's mine, no, no, but chunks of territory, and whatever may be his or given to his reluctant allies of Prussia and Austria, or his enthusiastic allies of Poland. So, and I don't know all of it, but what the there is no reason he needs to be going on an offensive war against Russia. I mean, Russia will twice get armies to Paris, but I think it's twice. No, it's once. I think twice. But in the Napoleonic era. But Napoleon shouldn't be going out there, that far, and he's constantly expanding his horizons of conquest. So what they would have done, but I definitely heard the one third, one third, one third plan for Bohemia and Moravia. Convert one third of them into being Germans, because they believe in their genetic idea that a bunch of the Czechs are, in essence, Germans, and they're convertible into being Germans. Move one third of the people east, like you say, out there. Mod. Probably a bit heavy on the computer. I have a very nice computer. You can scroll down on Twitch there to see it. So, and I'm recording and streaming and playing the game, and watching my stream back on two different things to see what's going on. So, I plays easy for my good machine, but I don't know how. Can't play both three at the same time. Got to finish three. I'm on yeah. Plus, there were a lot of them out there in pockets too. Oh, Russia started e-visa for Indians. Oh, how interesting. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, because I don't know what it was before. Um, Germans, yeah, pockets of Germans. Yeah, well, there's pockets of Germans out in Russia, if that's what you're saying. Absolutely. But that one and send one third to the east and disappear a third, into a camp where people concentrate on things, and disappear them into the camp, and that they just sort of, you know, checks, what checks, you know. Um, Yeah, it looked to be very bleak for Czechoslovakia. There was definitely a strong attempt for Czechoslovakia to convert a lot of them to being Germans. That was definitely a thing, but it wasn't going to be pretty for those that weren't complying enthusiastically with that. The Poles, they were they were to be erased because this is called the general government. That's it. That's all it's ever called. They never use a geographical location, meaning, like greater of Greater Warsaw, or of along whatever the hell river this is, the Elbe, or I think this is the Elbe. I don't know. Sorry, along this river here, or the general government of the Poles. The general No, it's just always the general government. No other definition than that is ever allowed, ever used. Um, they do take over a certain amount of Polish civil servants. Now, the Poles in Hitler is a German exclusivist. He hates the Austro-Hungarian Empire. He hates the mixing of ethnic groups. He wants to ultimately make the territories out to being German. Where Himmler sees a future, particularly in the East, of German overlords ruling over Eastern peasants. And I'm not saying that those are 100% incompatible, in that Hitler may be going, we're gonna erase Poland and the Polish people. Now, some of these former Poles may get moved to the East, but they will just be peoples, not calling anything Poland, because they don't want to have that any sort of identity to control around. And there's people in the East already, and some of these people will survive and have multiple generations, yes. And there will be, maybe he's seeing, yes, there may be willing, whether it's the SS Rund or whatever, German overlord, the knights with the peasants being the Eastern Europeans. And he may be seeing that as sort of, because he does sort of like, look at the American West and sort of explain it. But he may also be seeing that this territory that had been during the German Empire, and remember, Hitler is born in Austria, grows up in Austria along the German border, and then, this is to my knowledge, I'm sure I got some, I don't know everything. He then travels as a young man to Vienna, lives in Vienna, hates it. I don't know how much he hates it because he's poor and can't get work, and so he's a poor man in a city, and then seeing all these other ethnic minorities doing well, but hey, he's a German in a German city, and these ethnic minorities are doing better than him. Now, I'm pretty sure there were also poor ethnic minorities, but that doesn't matter to Hitler. So he hates that, and then he heads to Munich and is in Munich by 1914. I don't remember the dates, to volunteer and join up. And you can actually see a photo, pick him out of the crowd that's, when they're declaring war for World War I. So by the start of World War I, he's in Germany, and of course they're not going to be that picky on manpower, so he gets into the German army. So that's Hitler's experience, and then he, goes off to World War I, gets wounded, and I don't know that he's seeing until he's running for office. Then he's traveling around Germany, but not the German Empire. There's a difference. So he unlike somebody like Guderian, who grows up in the German Empire in what becomes Poland, I think sort of around somewhere around here. I'm not sure exactly. Is sort of a rural country life kind of guy. So he does, everybody looks out their own windows. Hello, Challenge Boys, how you doing? And so I don't know how much, so he sees the German Empire as sort of this, exclusively German kind of view. And yes, they may have border states that whatever. So, I mean, so the Himmler and Hitler plans are not mutually exclusive, but they're potentially different. And so Hitler, if you look at his writings and his table talk and his action, he doesn't want to eliminate the French people, but he wants to eliminate French influence into Germany. So it's that you see a lot of that kind of stuff. So yeah, it was never going to be pretty for the Poles, and not very good for the Czechs either. It wasn't going to be good for them. And again, I'm just describing what they're. Send me a message at some point. We can coordinate something. Okay, Exurgent, I do want to do that. I just got several things sort of um, foremost in my plans, and once they get sort of settled, then I want to devote time to Hearts of Iron 3 upgrade, make the Ultimate Edition, Black Ice, TRE, whatever, Hearts of Iron 3, and not that there will be any tweaking post that, but make the big thing and sort of lock everything down. And I know you're playing on what 9.11 or whatever. I played on that a lot as well, but I've also played on their 11 and 10, and it is so much more stable of a game. They've cleaned up the code. They've cleaned up so much. So a few of the things that I know we've talked in the past that we need to reverse some of their decisions. I totally agree with at least what we've talked about in the past with you. Need to reverse some of their trajectory, but just the core programming, the core events and whatever. There's so much fewer crashes. Things run so much better that I just want to build on that betterness instead of build on a bad foundation. It's easier for me and us to just go back to like the larger brigade numbers and the divisions and a few other things like that. Easier for us to do that and it's better, I think, than to keep building on that crappy core of 9. So yeah, that's why I want to move ahead. Okay, talking about South America helps so much because they like 20 troops each. Been a bit for me. Oh, I make because they make like 20 troops each. Taking out. Okay. I'm not entirely understanding that challenge, boys. I sort of get the words you're saying, but I'm maybe missing the point. No. You come down this way. That I dismissed away. I dismissed some of the stuff away just because it's in my face and I don't want it there. Ah, we can invite a faction. Oh, it's the Iraqi thingy. Yeah. Okay. So we'll get Iraq. It's just going to probably be a distraction. But still, that is useful for Italy, who's lost a large amount of army over here. This just sufficient air production capacity, right? Okay, well, we got improved JU-88s. Let's go improve HE-111s. Well, I guess a bunch of this territory just at least temporarily going to become Hungarian. Combat medics, good. This one, weekly war support, is up, but we doing good on war support. I know if we have a thingy that's helping that out. License production costs, we're probably not doing license production. Equipment ratio gain. Light rays. Okay, we'll do that. Helps with the slowdown of the compute. Oh, I see what you're talking about. Yes. Yes. South America, yeah. That does use up resources. You are right about that. I think I understand what you're talking about there. How are we doing now? Okay, oh well, we almost got. And you're going to support that attack. That way then we cut off these couple of divisions. We take the territory. Dispersed industry, very good. All right. Antibiotics. There's just so much to research here. Weekly stability up, though we like the weekly stability up. That's probably, but civilian fuel consumption up. Oh, we could use synthetic rubber. Yeah, down here it's not doing well for Italy. It's Pax Americana. All right. Okay, well, let's push you down there. You down to here, over to here up to Belgrade, through the back door. You can come here also, just to there. I still, I was hooked on. Okay, yeah, just like real life. All right, well, we're going to end this episode here. I want to thank you all so much. I know we haven't quite beat Yugoslavia, but we'll continue that next time. So thank you, everyone. I really do appreciate those that watch these videos. And, of course, post a comment. Love hearing from you. See you next time for more, yes, more Hearts of Iron.